Good evening, ladies and gentlemen out there in YouTube land. I am Deleted Scenes, human being, American in YouTube Ronin, and I would like to welcome you to tonight's special episode of Live from Sparkwood in 21. This series chronicles the cult television series Twin Peaks and all of the multimedia which surrounded it. Joining me on this odyssey, Netters Network.
Good evening.
Last call, Troy Pacelli.
Greetings.
And Aged Boomer.
Hello.
Hello.
I didn't do it. You did.
It just seemed wrong that you didn't.
All right. I would like to say hello to everyone joining us in the chat this evening. Big Al Presents, FKHC 2005, aka Tim.
He's dropping a lot of pictures of London in the Cosme chat. It's really cool. He's seen.
Yeah, I got it. I got to get over there. Yeah. Faithful Blue Wrench, channel member, the Bird Woman of YouTube. Watch out for her second channel, Fluff Chick Productions, Connie Cleary. Qapla' to our resident Klingon, Mark Malnikoff. And now, sir, you are saying things only you understand.
No, I understand it. He's sending us cheer via Bloodwine.
Ah, I'll take it. Channel member JPRPH1. Geek Flag with Nate Knows. Newest channel member. Good to see you, sir. As soon as I can get the... Yes, here we go. A joke. Chuck Norris wears a hat to protect the sun from his head. When Chuck Norris walks into a room, he doesn't turn on the lights. He turns the dark off.
There you go.
All right. Scrolling up, the Tired Midnight Blogger. Channel member Curtis Selby. Space Fraggle. Tired Blogger Raid. Right on. Thank you, sir. Daniel Barry, Sports Highlights. All right. And I think that's, I believe that's everyone for right now.
Okay, I need to know what I'm missing. What's with all the Chuck Norris things?
Just making some Chuck Norris jokes.
Oh, I thought maybe he was in the news for something.
Oh, he's always in the news. He's Chuck Norris.
Yeah.
People get worried when he's not in the news.
He was Lone Wolf McQuaid, remember?
Yes, sir.
Yes, he was.
I do want to say hello to everyone who is now joining us on Twitter. Sorry for my lateness on that. Good to see everybody. Please hit the like, share out the stream, let everybody know that we're on. I do want to make one quick announcement that right before I went on my previous broadcast, which was the Mystery Movie Night podcast, where I was joined by Sin's Corner, Off the Cover, and Kyle Corwith. I just prior to that broadcast, I hit 4K.
Congratulations!
4K subs. And
Awesome.
between then and now, you've picked up another 24, so it's now 4K plus 24.
Nice.
So thank you to all of the new subscribers. Hope you're watching. Hope you enjoy the show. We do this every Tuesday night at usually 8:30. Tonight, things ran a little over on my last broadcast, but we're all here now. And we are going to discuss Mark Frost's The Final Dossier, which was...
Nate says, did you know that Flappy's uncle was the Jeffrey Dahmer of the birds? He was apprehended at the local KFC.
Oh gosh, that's
Lord.
terrible. It's like Silence of the Chickens.
And thank you, Nate Curtis. Yes, I was lamenting a couple of weeks ago whether or not I was going to make it to 3,000 before the end of the year, which was my goal, and I seem to have blown right past that. So
Wow, there you go.
nothing. Yeah. So
what's your next goal? 5,000 by New Year?
Wouldn't hurt.
Right, exactly.
All right. And thank you to JPRPH1 for the super sticker.
Nice.
And keep it up. And thank you from Nenders Network. Congratulations.
There
Thank you.
Go.
You did not have to do that. Thank you. All right. So without further ado, let's just jump into it. Troy has a presentation, and I'm going to let him preface this.
Yeah. So there were two major books put out by Mark Frost in conjunction with The Return. The Secret History of Twin Peaks, which that's a very meaty read. That is about almost 10 hours. The audiobook, the unabridged audiobook, is almost 10 hours. However, the Final Dossier only comes out to about 3 hours. So I figured that's about as long as 3 episodes of Twin Peaks. So I could probably put together a visual presentation based on the Final Dossier for you. I don't want to go too far into it because the Final Dossier kind of speaks for itself, but it is literally a dossier put together by Tamara Preston going to Cole, basically her report on all of the what?
I just realized Tamara Preston, TP.
Yes.
Yes.
Just like Twin Peaks, just like Troy Pacelli.
Yes. Oh, goodness. I just realized that.
So actually, let me pause here. You want to say thanks to...
I do. Thank you very much to Curtis Selby. $10. I'm going to start taking notes. I should be taking notes while watching your show, sir. And Nate with $2. This is how we win.
Yes, absolutely true. I agree, Nate. Thank you.
As I said on Unscripted last week, we are the new media. We have more people watching YouTube now than are watching Disney Plus. So, as I said,
that's not a very high bar.
Well, to them it is.
I mean, that's like last night when I pointed out that the holiday special actually has a better Rotten Tomatoes score than The Acolyte. I mean,
well, it's better than The Acolyte. So,
yeah, exactly. So Tamara Preston is tasked with putting together a dossier to fill in Cole on basically the past 25 years and what's happened, and it gets into what happened in The Return, and in a lot of ways, for a lot of the characters, because you were saying this last week about as we were doing our summation on the Return, you were saying that I wish we could have just not had some of these extraneous characters and gotten more about the characters we did care about. But see, I knew that what was coming up was in the dossier. You get a lot of that background on the characters that you didn't get in film, particularly those that couldn't be in the show, right, for one reason or the other. And Connie, wishing you congratulations as well. I think, is that a super sticker? No, I think it's just a super chat. There you go.
Yes, thank you. Thank you for the super chat, Connie. Ahead,
Nate says he canceled Disney Plus. Rather spend the money on you guys. You know,
thank you.
I've done the same thing. You know, you got to think through your entertainment budget and go, why should I give money to people who hate me? I'd rather give my money to people who like me. You know, so there you go. Or in the case of my razor company, people that don't have any strong feelings about me one way or the other, but don't specifically wish me any harm. Jeremy's Razors, not a sponsored spot.
Not a sponsored spot.
So yeah, I think maybe we just go ahead and jump right into it. I did put some effort into this, folks. So it starts out a little slow, but I feel like I kind of got into my groove as we were going into it. You tell me what you think when we're done. But the Cosme link is at the top. We'll treat it as though it was an episode. It's not. It's really just an audio file with some cool visuals, I think.
Mm-hmm.
But I still couldn't play it on YouTube because it is, a copywritten.
It is still
audio.
Yeah.
So give you guys a second to go ahead and get in there. Oh, JPRPH1, do you use Jeremy's razors? I love the convenience of being able to, get them on a regular basis. I kind of really like their shave balm. I like their deodorant, but I initially thought I was having a reaction to it. Now I don't think it was the deodorant. I think it was something else. But yeah, it's good stuff. Anyway, okay, so okay, everybody that's in Cosme should be in Cosme, and we're gonna get going. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, play. It's assuming you have your own audio copy of this. Not sure if this is I don't know where this incidental music comes from. It's not I don't think this is Angelo Badalamenti. Well, thank you, Space Fraggle.
Yes, thank you, Fraggle.
Still a little challenging to follow. Yeah, me too. Down every rabbit hole and up every apple tree. Yeah. That one's probably going to work its way into my lexicon. Able. Hmm. It's a great description. I felt like he knew that. I think it was just to scare him, to convince him to hold on and, torture him that way.
Yeah. Albert got Albert, you know?
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yikes. Thanks, Nate. The Pacelli files. There you go. Yay, Flappy Pie. It's all the way it always is, though. Industries change. Here's where it starts getting good. This actually helped me put the timelines of these relationships together that I never fully got.
Hmm.
Third week.
Yeah.
We know what went wrong. Mm. Yeah, and she didn't realize how lucky she was. She didn't. She wasn't really as grateful for that as she should have been. The Horns and the Haywards. This also is told from the point of view of Tampa, so we know more than she does in some situations. Gotcha. Mark, we'll get to Blake 7.
Mm.
You slipped, didn't you? It was an accident, wasn't it?
Oh, I saw it.
Again, this is the official version. A lot of people slipping and hitting their heads,
He's reaching for a barbell and hit his head on a shoe.
Mm-hmm. This does make me wonder if the striking his head on the mirror, which we know was intentional, was to get him into the hospital. Like if he had pre-planned it.
Yeah. Richard is Audrey's son.
Yep. The weird thing that I have here is that Doc Hayward left his wife and daughters, presumably over the whole issue of his wife's previous relationship with Ben and the fact that Ben was Donna's father. But he still abandoned his two other daughters. Those were his daughters. I had some fun with this one.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
I didn't go too crazy. I kept it on point. You'll get a few laughs, though.
Hey.
So that's another interesting point that she had communication with Audrey.
Interesting. Hmm.
That Nicholson fella.
There we
Oh,
go.
you cheeky funster.
It was just too perfect not to use.
That makes sense, actually.
Mm-hmm. I did decide not to go with more recent pictures.
Hmm.
That's because she was pre-born.
Asshole.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Echo.
Felt like that was a bit of a pun. McMansion.
Ah.
You know, she did a bang up job. Yeah.
Yeah, you see, I spent the series thinking this guy was just in her head and
Yeah.
that she was actually in a coma the entire time. This proves that she wasn't.
Right.
Huh.
See,
Go ahead.
I definitely think that this is a logical progression from what we saw in Fire Walk with Me and Twin Peaks, right? The drugs and so forth, rising crime rate, like there is some sort of degenerative corruption coming out of those woods, right?
After Bobby, Ben has the greatest arc, I think.
I do too. I think so too. Yeah. What's tragic though is you see in him trying to make good decisions and they don't work out well, like the selling of Ghostwood and so forth.
Huh.
I mean, anyone that's been paying attention to law enforcement in the left coast recognizes that.
And hello,
This one's
Corey.
kind of funny,
Loki's
actually.
movies and music.
We don't need a confidential file on Jerry Horn. He had too many magic mushrooms. End of story.
Yeah, they're going to get into that.
And hello, Real Wade Nation Gaming Clips.
Hey, Wade. TP, exactly. You think?
Oh wow.
Makes me wonder if there is a scene in that one might take for that. That's scary. I like, whose hands are these?
Yeah, Jerry and Jacoby turn out to be kind of kindred spirits, don't they?
Kinda, yeah. Yeah, I think so. This is kind of funny. This one was interesting. It helped me really piece together the backgrounds of the characters that I wasn't fully understanding. Marty.
Yep.
Interesting.
I think we get an explanation of it, though. Yeah, I could. I could definitely say that it's very similar to my relationship with my father. Right, I lost my father when I was 16. He didn't die until I was 50.
Uh,
That actually is a motel in Yakima.
hmm.
So again, Marty's Railroad Diner, Marty's Double R. That's where the name
Ah,
comes from. Thought it was a very clever way to explain the whole Marty on the sign. Real world sign. Bless you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
And hello, Darkwoods presents.
it was probably better than the life she had.
Yeah.
Jamon's saying, I think Jerry had seen the portals to other places. I'm willing to believe he's
Possibly.
not the only one.
That really is the Yakima River, by the way.
Ah,
Uh-huh.
he's nice. I like him.
Yeah, but he's shady though.
But compared to her, oof.
Yeah, exactly. He got the raw end of this deal. Or handsy. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the odd thing. Ernie was probably the best dad to Annie.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, good point.
Sorry.
Vivian was kind of a bitch.
Oh, I have some stuff coming up, Darkwoods.
What was that?
I'm just answering the question in the chat.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Last Sunday, AD.
Mm.
Yeah, we were kind of hoping you'd forget that part. The Sex Files prequel is weird.
Yes,
Uh,
exactly. I don't know. I think her throwing him out was probably for the best on his side. Which is a shame because he was better off without her. Agreed. I know, me too.
No.
Yeah. Maybe. Yeah. I mean, when you consider people in abusive relationships, that's how it seems. And there you go. That's where we'll pick it up next week with Annie Blackburn.
Man, that woman was a real piece of work.
Yeah.
Well, was is the operative term here. She's done. Her story's finito.
All right.
But I feel like you got at least some answers about some of those characters.
Yes, a little bit.
Actually, this is new for you, isn't it, Boomer?
Yes. I've
Oh.
not heard any of this.
Right. The only thing that kind of threw me for a bit of a loop was exactly I had the same reaction on my first read through of this as Deleted Scenes did, having thought that perhaps Audrey had been in a coma the whole time, only she wasn't, and where she's currently now, not waking up from a coma in a hospital, but having actual mental recall problems in a psychiatric facility,
Oh, I'm
which
telling you,
isn't better.
there's a lot of tragedy in this.
There really is. There really is.
without going into too much detail, there's going to be tragedy and heartbreak. There's going to be some really funny stuff too.
Yeah,
Like I said, I listened to this straight through yesterday, and I was surprised by how laugh out loud funny some of this stuff is.
Yeah.
That we're going to be coming on.
So let me know what you think. Was this kind of visual presentation worthwhile? Should I put the effort in to try and get one done for the next part for next week?
I enjoyed it.
Think so, yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
I thought it helped,
I absolutely
actually.
will.
I know it's a lot of work for you, though, but
It is, but I'll do it.
you want us to take a
you guys
break
think
in
it's worth
between, give you more time to work on it,
it.
maybe?
No,
Okay.
because we still have so much other stuff to go over too.
All right.
I don't want to. Yeah.
Okay.
So.
Because I am willing to call it for a week if you need it.
Well, we got the holidays coming up too. So I'm kind of feeling like we have, if I was to, let's see, what is today? Today is what is today? Oh, it's the 19th. It's International Men's Day. Did you know that?
I did.
So.
You wouldn't know it from the media.
Yeah, right. So if we did 2 more, that would take us up through the first week of December. Then it's 2 weeks before Christmas Eve. And we're going to have to decide what we want to do from there. So let's decide later. But yeah, let me get the next 2 weeks done, in editing, so that we can do this. And then we'll decide where we're going to go from there. How does that sound?
All right. Cool.
Excellent presentation. You should be proud of yourself. Yeah.
Yes, very good. I think Lynch himself would like that.
I don't think that, honestly, there's not a whole lot here that I think that he would, have any issue with. These are surface level story things that I don't think really touch on, at least what we've gone through thus far, doesn't really touch on any of the deeper, more metaphysical storylines of David Lynch. So there you go.
Cool.
This one, I said, this is not as difficult to digest as the episodes of The Return was. I mean, it's straightforward. This is what happened, And in some cases, she doesn't know for sure what happened, whereas we do. Like the whole confrontation at the Hayward house, right? We know that he cold-cocked Ben and he hit his head and that's why he was in the hospital. But she doesn't have any evidence of that. And if Ben didn't press charges, that's the official story. So for once, we actually know more than the people within the show. So there we go.
I'm sure there's still things Flappy knew that we'll never know ourselves, though.
I'm sure. all the secrets trapped in his little bird brain.
Yes, exactly.
Will the link be available later? Okay, so here's the thing. If you don't watch this live, you kind of miss out. But obviously next week, the link will be up. Yes, the link will be up. This is a live presentation, so it's not like you can replay it or anything like that. I might be willing to make this available. This file. I put a lot of effort into it.
Yeah.
Although I can't broadcast it or sell it or anything like that. If you want to give me some contact information where I can get it to you, I'd be happy to do that. as maybe as an MP4 file or whatever.
Yeah.
But so yeah, let me know. But that's all I got tonight.
And I do want to stress that as much as I know I certainly would have enjoyed playing this out over YouTube. It's just like with the show itself, by copyright constraints, we can't.
Right.
This is available on Audible. The audiobook itself. There is a physical version, right? It's not an Audible exclusive.
Oh yeah,
right?
Both of these books I have both the hardcovers and the audio files.
Because
I'm a
I know
completist when it comes to this.
Yeah, I know I have Secret History. I just don't remember if I have Final Dossier.
The Final
So,
Dossier. Those pages of the dossier, those were the actual scans from my book. So
okay, I figured,
And obviously, I got creative with some of those photographs.
Oh yeah,
Well, I was telling Boomer with some of them, like with Alicia Witt and what's her name, the one that plays Annie,
Heather Graham.
Right. And even what's her name, the stepmother. These are actresses who have long careers, so you can go and find images of them from other productions, from whatever age you're looking for. So it made it not too difficult, and especially with Alicia Witt, she's played like all different kinds of roles. So it wasn't difficult to find one where she played someone who was strung out, like she might have been doing drugs. So
yeah,
I wait till you see Long Legs.
Yeah,
that gets. I don't want to give that away, but it gets crazy. But yeah, I mean, for those of you who are maybe watching late and didn't see the presentation, that is quite a job that Troy did to pick pictures that aged the characters up from the time of the show to present day. So
obviously got a little bit creative there with Bobby and what's her name's wedding, their wedding picture, and what's her name, Donna and Lana, on the red carpet. Just got a little creative.
That's something that's something of a question, because you don't have a whole lot of interaction, if any, between Donna and Lana in the series that I remember.
True.
So what did seeing Lana again after all that time make the wheels fall off the car for Donna? What transpired?
I think the wheels were already falling off the well, okay. On the one hand, you could say she was already spiraling. Did them coming into contact with each other have any greater impact? There might be an implied story behind that. Remember, Lana was kind of a troublemaker who got into relationships with people, for her own gain.
And we're going to be going into that even further as the dossier goes on.
Exactly. So, there's a lot of implied possible story there, but I think that's also just a great opportunity to bring in a character from season 2 to give you a little bit more about her as well, because, I thought it was very clear that what they were doing with Donna was an explanation for why she leaves Twin Peaks, and they weren't being very nice about it. They didn't want to give her a nice story because they didn't want to give Laura Flynn Boyle a nice story.
No.
But I couldn't pass up the Jack Nicholson one. It just fit too perfectly.
And we got the official doctor's report about Ben Horn.
Yes.
Mhm.
And what's her name? Audrey, which we didn't know before, and we know with certainty that she was the only one that survived the blast at the bank. Again, another element that we didn't know for sure. We were just inferring. So there you go.
Cool.
Now here's a question for you. Pete Martell died when the bank exploded.
Mhm.
Does he still die in the timeline where Laura goes missing but doesn't die?
Yeah, because that's what throws the spanner into the works.
Right?
Because now I don't know. I don't know.
I mean, wait a
I
minute.
feel like I
Let me
should
think.
know. It's
Why
like,
was Pete there in the first place? He went there with Andrew, right?
Yes.
yes.
That storyline is happening irrespective of Laura. Right?
Yes. I think so.
So it's very possible the very same events would have transpired.
Possibly. I mean, I don't know. Would Sheriff Truman have been more aware of what was going on with Josie if he wasn't distracted by the Laura Palmer case, though?
Or would he have been more involved with Josie, which would have possibly been even worse?
Yes. I don't know.
Well, I like these questions that we're coming up with because these are ones that aren't so noodle scrambling.
I was just surprised that Leo Johnson died differently than I had imagined.
Yeah.
I figured the spiders would have got him.
But the spiders wouldn't have been, and a lot of people had pointed that out at the time, that tarantulas aren't
Well, yes,
deadly.
I know.
So why
But
would he
I'm
die?
thinking he was going to die of fright, have a heart attack because he was so scared.
Maybe.
Because when he was holding that rope in his teeth and you saw him sweating and his eyes were bulging out as he's staring,
I think
panicking.
that was exactly what Wyndham Earl intended. He wasn't really.
Yeah.
What
When did he go back? When did he go back to kill him, though?
Well, there's a chapter coming up on Wyndham Earl. We'll get into that next week.
Yeah, but that's and having listened to it, I get it. I don't know when in.
It's not a certainty.
There's only so much time that he would have had.
It would have
to
had
go
to have
back
happened
and finish
actually
off, yeah.
before he went to the it would have happened literally within the span of the show we were watching, before he went and got dressed up like Margaret and went to the beauty pageant. It's the only time I can see it. But again, that's assuming it was Wyndham that shot him. Maybe it was someone else. There is another option. We'll talk about it next week.
Oh, really?
Okay. All right.
At least in my mind, there is. And I'll explain it next week. Laura was saved, but she was still missing. Yeah, I'm not sure I even want to go with the word saved. Was she really saved? We'll talk more about that later too.
Yeah. Laura was the nexus of events in Twin Peaks. Remove her death from the equation, everybody lives. Takes a totally different path, he believes.
I don't think it's that simple, because there's still a lot of other things going on in Twin Peaks that would have resulted in people's death. We were just talking about the whole thing with Andrew Packard, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know, that was all completely irrespective of Laura, right? All that stuff with Norma and her father and stepmother and all that kind of stuff, Hank, all of that had nothing to do with Laura. That all happened a priori.
Yeah.
So there was still a lot of intrigue to go around.
Now, let's put aside who killed Leo for a moment. Now, the book explains that Hank was killed by somebody with a familial connection to the Renaults.
Yep.
In season 3, we have the
Yep.
reveal there's a fourth brother.
Yep.
Is he the one who killed Hank?
Either he did it or an associate of his in the prison is what I assumed. Yep, that was my thought.
Huh. Interesting.
There you go.
Yeah.
What I find interesting is that she's putting her personal thoughts into these files instead of keeping it factual.
She did preface it by saying that this was a non-standard way of doing it.
Mm-hmm.
Because let's face it, this is a Blue Rose case, so it is a little bit more collaborative and
and like you said, Tammy's kind of catching up, to where we are.
True,
because and you've also got to deal with the fact that, as they refer to Major Briggs here, the archivist,
right,
which I find very interesting in and of itself.
Right.
To the point that I almost want to see a Major Briggs prequel series.
I know, right? That was the X-Files.
Talk about X-Files. Holy shit! Yeah. And we're going to find out. I'm not going to say who. That another very interesting character is connected to Major Briggs. That there's a connection there that I didn't see coming. That I find interesting. But the point is she is now taking Major Briggs' place as this quote unquote archivist.
Yep.
And
yep.
That's going to be a rabbit hole and a half.
Yep.
And as well, okay, folks, I'm not going to give it away. You'll see.
Yep.
You'll see where that takes her.
Yep. This is exactly what I was hoping to get out of all this. Seeing you getting excited about this and going down some of the same paths that I did. Yeah. Good.
I don't know. It all feels a little bittersweet.
Yes. And I think that's absolutely intentional. That's right. A Blue Rose file isn't a standard FBI file. And it's not for general consumption either.
No.
Not even the president gets to see it.
The president probably wouldn't even know that it existed.
There you go.
Anyway. All right. I got some Blake Sevening to be done.
Yeah.
All right. This was fun.
No, and I thank you guys for appreciating the effort I put into it. I'll definitely get on next week's.
Cool.
I told you it was going to be a big hit.
See, this is why I thought it would be cool. I figured if I was putting this much effort in, I get to be the archivist. But my moral support over here, I thought she deserved to be the successor.
I told you.
Yes, you did.
All right. So one time around the horn, Boomer, what do you have coming up?
This Friday, I'll be on Last Call with Troy Pacelli. We'll be doing the second part of our Marvel Before the MCU discussion. So that'll be a lot of fun. And then on before that though, Thursday, I forgot, I'm the special co-host on Netters Network's Thursday Things with Brandon the Anime Guy as special guest. And then Sunday we'll have Geeky Geezers.
Yep.
Hopefully we'll have more to talk about than celebrities running their mouth. So we'll see.
and game companies going bankrupt.
That's all it is. That's all good news, man. Come on. Of course, we did have that wonderful story about the Indiana Jones breakfast. That's
just weird.
Yep.
I'm getting to that point in the clips, and I'm like, do I even want to clip this one?
That would be my number one clip if I were doing them. What are you doing?
Oh, gosh. Okay, I'll do it.
I think people want to know. Inquiring minds want to know about this new breakfast.
What is? You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to tag Michael at Retroblasting in it too.
I know. I
got to read this article. You got to see this too.
He needs to do a food video at IHOP, like showing.
Oh, jeez, yes.
Yes.
I will tell him that. Okay.
Yeah, it's just ridiculous. They had nothing tied in for Dial of Destiny, but they do it for this game. It's so bizarre.
I know, right? It's like ridiculous. Marketing.
Netter.
Oh, let's see. I have, coming up after this, I'm co-hosting with Jelly over on Blake 7 on his channel. Then on Thursday, as Boomer mentioned, my special guest on Thursday Things will be Brandon the Anime Guy with my special co-host, H. Boomer. I'll also be co-hosting on Last Call with Troy Bocelli on Friday night. And I think my drink of the evening will be a Kahlua and cream. I think so. Let's see. And then on Saturday, we will be over on my channel for Retro Cinema. And we'll be watching E.T. Phone Home.
Yep, absolutely.
Sounded just like him.
And then the next thing I'll be on will be back here again. Oh, no, I'm sorry. Then Monday night, Last Call, Monday Night at the Movies. I'll be co-hosting on that. And then back here again next Tuesday for another exciting episode of Twin Peaks, the Dossier.
Cool.
And then Blake 7 after that.
Yes. Okay.
Try.
Yep. And right after this, I will be putting on my Avon guys for Blake 7. The episode is Breakdown. We finally get a little bit of focus on Gan and his inhibitor chip, which malfunctions. So hope to see you over there. If you're on my channel, you will be auto-dramatically sent over there, to... Oh, actually, what I could do is I could probably drop it in the chat if you guys want to put it in yours. Give me a second. How do I do that? It's
I'm already set. Yeah.
Oh, are you? No kidding.
On my end, yes.
You're brilliant, man.
Yeah, I did it.
Way more. You're way okay, but you're way more together than I am. And
no,
I'll still put it in the. I'll still put it in the private chat for Netter.
Okay.
Forward them to Blake 7 from your stream.
Oh.
If you choose to do that.
Oh, yeah.
And so Blake 7 right after this. Well, not right after this. I'm gonna go grab myself some food. So maybe in about 10 minutes or so. And then Thursday I'll be hanging out with these two guys for that thing. And then the Friday, Last Call, 9 Central, 10 Eastern. A little bit more on Marvel. A little more of the downs than the ups this time, because not everything that happened before Disney was good.
Right.
But it still impacted my opinion of Marvel, and we'll talk a little bit more about that on Friday. And then, the Saturday thing and the Geeky Geezer thing. Monday night at the movies, I have not decided what we're watching yet. I've been so focused on, clipping the other shows and getting this put together. I haven't even thought about the movie night. But we are getting into the holiday season, so I'm probably going to be doing something holiday-ish related, but not overly so, because on Thanksgiving Day, Netter and I are going to have an all-day Thanksgiving film fest.
Oh,
So I still got to decide what I'll be doing that Monday. So there you go.
Good thing I got you that really big drive.
Yes, exactly.
cool.
That's all I got. I'm done.
Cool.
That brings things on over to me. Let's see. Tuesday gets me to Thursday. I'll be joining Jedi Bill. I'm sorry, Outlaw Bill, formerly Jedi Bill, for Action Theater. And this week's movie is going to be Falling Down.
Oh, okay.
I
I
will
remember that
be.
movie.
And later on that evening at approximately 7 p.m., assuming everything goes to plan, I am going to be on the panel over on Paul's channel, Off the Cover, for his Thursday night show. And then, of course, there will be Thursday Things. And right after that will be my weekend update. And I'll let everybody know what's going on in the next week, which will include my appearance on Films with Friends with Big Al Presents. We're going to be watching Strange Invaders from 1983. And then, of course, stick around Sunday for my next episode of Unscripted at 8 p.m., which might be Twin Peaks adjacent.
Really?
I'll just put it that way. Yeah, there's
Uh,
I'm doing an episode that's inspired by a character in the show. So
Interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting. All right.
yeah, that wraps it up for me. Okay. You're very close. It's not Jerry, but you're close.
okay. All right.
All right. Any last words before we wrap up tonight's stream?
No, I just appreciate the opportunity to share about one of my favorite shows. Thanks so much for hosting.
Indeed.
Oh, this was
I
fun.
just want to show off his art.
Ding.
And two. Netter, your last words.
Y'all come back now, yeah? It's like the only people that know that are the ones that used to watch Beverly Hillbillies.
It was also mentioned in a variation was done in that Clive Barker's Nightbreed. Remember?
Oh yeah.
By one of the Nightbreeds.
I have to sit down and watch Nightbreed straight
You
through.
need to watch Nightbreed.
Nightbreed
Yes.
is good. Yeah.
You need to watch
I
it.
need to see it.
David Cronenberg's in it too. Yeah, you need to check
Oh,
it
yeah.
out. Okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, we can talk amongst ourselves, and that's all well, good and fun. But it's so much more fun when you guys are joined in the chat and you're dropping your comments, questions, trivia, being goofy, whatever it may be. And it doesn't feel like we're separated by miles or continents. Excuse me. It feels like we're all hanging out in the same room. We're enjoying each other's company. We're having a great time, passing the popcorn. And you guys, you're not just our friends. You are our family. We love you guys and we appreciate you so very much. You can be anywhere right now and you're here. And hopefully right after the show, go right over to Troy's channel or my channel for another exciting episode of Blake 7. And I want to thank y'all for the many ways that you encourage us and encourage each other in the chat. But you're always so encouraging. You guys are Osmo. You are always there. You're always encouraging us. It could be the thumbs up, the comments, sharing out our streams, memberships, super chats, super stickers. And by the way, H Boomer is severely undersubbed. So spread the word, peeps. We got to get him up there so that he can get monetized.
We'll get there. We'll get there.
So with that all said, thank you all so very much again for joining us. Make sure that you stay right here to be redirected. And we will see you shortly. Good night and God bless.
Yeah.
So thank you all once again for joining us. On those of you joining us on X, I can't see you, but I know that you're there. Everyone who joined us on all of our various channels, who are all simulcasting tonight. I want to thank everyone who subscribed to my channel, especially over the last couple of weeks. That pushed me not only past the 3K, but now the 4K mark as well. So thank you. Much appreciated. And more content on the way. And Sparkwood in 21 will be returning next Tuesday night at 8:30 for part 2 of the final dossier. From HQ, the corner of Sparkwood and 21, in all points north, south, east, west, and beyond. Good night. Take care. Stay strong. Be safe. Because this is how we win.